When you think about two-dimensional diffraction, you have to think about the way it was before the two-dimensional detector was created. 20 years ago, all that was available was a point detector. A point detector can be likened to looking at a beautiful scenery like the Grand Canyon, but looking at it through a straw.
When you're using a two-dimensional detector, it's great, because what happens is that it really opens up your eyes to the sample that you're looking at. Sometimes you'll see things that you've never seen before.
Bruker has been manufacturing, selling, delivering, and supporting two-dimensional detectors for over 20 years. And the Vantec 500 is just the next generation in a long line of very successful two-dimensional systems. So you're looking at almost 60 degrees of 2 theta without ever moving your sample and without ever moving the detector. Being able to collect that sheer quantity of data that quickly, and by quickly I mean milliseconds in some cases, is of tremendous benefit to the end user.
Texture measurements, you can often collect an entire data set for multiple pole figures in a single data collection, whereas in the past you had to collect a single data set for each pole figure. Now this is something where you're going from taking 8 hours times 5 to taking 20 minutes.
So Vantec 500 detector can measure high resolution at a long distance and high angular coverage at a short distance. So it's very flexible. So that gives a user a control over the trade-off between the coverage and the resolution. So you can always optimize the distance of Vantec 500 to get the best data results.
The XRD2 detector, the Vantec 500, really gives you the ability to look at small samples, microdiffraction.
We use a pointer beam. So that means we can control the beam size. So you want to have a very small beam. So you need to put this beam on exactly the spots you are going to measure on the sample.
This is where the laser video really shines. It gives the user the ability to pinpoint exactly where on the sample they're going to be collecting data from.
Basically, what you see is what you measure.
What excites me about XRD2 is the teaching capability of XRD2.
We have a user which has no background in X-ray diffraction. They step in the lab. When they saw this image, they saw the X-ray photons gradually they get excited because then they understand, oh yes, that's a diffraction pattern.
Bruker is the industry leader when it comes to detector technology, period, but specifically two-dimensional detector technology, Bruker has no equal in the marketplace.